Hey, boys and girls. Today being the 20th of January, and we've just had a new president sworn in, is kind of a interesting and somber occasion. We have a lot of worries for a lot of people in this country who are afraid they're going to be excluded by this new administration. And truthfully, if you're an illegal alien with a criminal record, you're probably going to be excluded. I know you got to vote in California and in New York, maybe even a couple other places. But I'm afraid if you're a crook and you're here illegally, they really don't want you here. And that's a shame that you've chosen those life paths that got you sent there. I think if you're a hardworking, good individual and you came here legal or illegal, you probably have a good chance of staying. Our country doesn't want to lose good people, and I don't think we want to lose them no matter how they got here. One of the things I noticed is that there's a slew of folks that didn't want to go because they thought that Donald Trump isn't a legitimate president. Well, unfortunately for you, he is. Now I know the Russians pulled some shenanigans to expose some emails, hacked. I got to say, I'm guilty of hacking myself. And it's a whole lot of fun to get into things that you probably shouldn't get into. And if it exposes something less than desirable about somebody you don't particularly like, well, then shame on them for putting something in writing that the whole world is going to see. One of the things I learned when I worked intelligence is you never write anything down anywhere unless you want to see it in the paper. So I hope all you folks who are writing things down realize that someday they're going to come back to bite you. Same way with videos. Don't put anything on video you don't want to see on a website somewhere. Now, me, I put videos on here that are controversial sometimes, not very often. And I do expect to see them everywhere. That'd be my pleasure. Whoop! Shaking the table here, boys and girls, can't do that. So keep those things in mind. Now, some of you have representatives who didn't want to go to this inauguration. Well, what are they not going to participate in government for the rest of their career? Are they not going to speak up for you at the places they should? Have they been speaking up for you at the places they should? I'm not talking 40 years ago or 20 years ago or 10 years ago or even last year. They need to speak up for you now. They need to push your agenda. You are an American citizen who pays to have a representative be there for you. Not just to fight the guy that's in power, but to put something forward that will help you. Now, if any of these representatives have done that for you, other than just yickety yak, hey, good for them. That's what they're supposed to do. But if you look at that guy in office and you can't tell me what he's done for you, then I guess maybe you ought to get a new guy in office. And that's kind of what America did this time around. They really couldn't see what our dear Democrat did for us this time around. Now in California, we've got a lot of Hispanics that don't want to go home, and I don't blame them. Because if I was born in Mexico or Guatemala or Honduras or Brazil, baby, I'd be the first one in the back of that truck coming across the border. I'd be the first one there. I don't blame people for coming here. But I do blame our government for not saying, whoa, you're going to have to show some value other than being human to get in. We've got lots of really valuable people in this country who are being put out of jobs by people we let in, legally or illegally. There's no excuse for us to import labor. We have plenty of labor that can be trained and should be trained. Corporate America is a little bit greedy when it comes to that. That's a shame. But they're going to get over it or pay a tariff. So get on the stick, corporate America. Start training people. Start opening up factories. Start opening up the tech world here in America. And train those people that can do it. Now, like I said, I don't like to get into politics or much controversy. But I had to say that today. Because while I don't like a lot of things that Mr. Trump has said, I find them utterly disgusting. Very disturbing. There are more things that he said that I like than I don't like. And I think he can do more for the country than somebody that's just going to go with the status quo. Status quo has been hurting a lot of people I love. I look at Detroit, just breaks my heart. Baltimore breaks my heart. Coal country breaks my heart. There's ways to do that and make it work if corporate America is not so greedy. So thank you folks for listening. I appreciate your patience, and feel free to yell at me all you want to, because God knows I love a dissenting opinion. Y'all are wonderful people. You're great people. You're Americans. Some of you may not even be Americans. Some of you living in other countries. I got a lot of people from different countries. Almost a third of the folks that watch me. And keep this in mind, all you guys that live in other countries. The way of the world goes better when America does well. And if you don't believe me, you take a look at your economy, your imports, and the things that you love. They may be made by American countries or American companies in different countries, but they're made by American companies. You love our American ways. You know you do. We're the land of the free and the home of the brave. And we're the home of the feisty if you cross us. So try to appreciate what we can provide for you. And don't feel like you're entitled to anything that anybody provides for you unless you earn it. All right. Take care and God bless now. Bye-bye. Love you guys.